I'm Pastor Jay. Me and my wife was talking about the other day about prophecy. Because, you know, like I said, I wake up every morning and I tell her my dreams. And I usually have 2 or 3 a night. It's just funny. It's just how it's always been. And we'll talk about them and go over them. But I've heard pastors say out of their mouth, there's no such thing as prophecies anymore. There's no such thing as that anymore. You're just dreaming to dream. But it's kind of funny about this is because Joel chapter 2 and Acts chapter 2 says in the final days, the old man will dream dreams and the young man will see visions. So, what if they didn't read the Bible? Because they keep telling, no, there's no such thing. It's all gone away with the disciples. When the disciples done, and there's teachings about this, and it's kind of crazy. You know, God talked to Joseph in a dream. He talked to David in a dream. He talked to a lot of people in dreams. Daniel, and in visions. And that's how God talks to you. And that's why prophecy is important. That's why we should, you know, I know churches don't do anything with them. They stay away from it. Because they don't understand it. They don't want to understand it. But God says, like I said, Acts chapter 2, Joel chapter 2, it's going to happen. But, so don't be like them. You know, when you're dreaming, God's telling you something. Now, don't get me wrong, we have nightmares. Pharaoh had a nightmare. But it worked out for him because if he hadn't got Joseph to come interpret it, then them 7 years and them 7 years of good and 7 years of bad would have been a different story. That's why we have to pay attention to what God's talking to us about. If you don't understand it, ask God. He gives you the Holy Spirit to interpret everything you do. When you can't understand the Bible, that's what the Holy Spirit's for. He shines that light. And that's what we need to do. Start using that Holy Spirit that everybody keeps saying doesn't do anything. Use it to shine a light on the things in your life that you need to be working on. What God is telling you.